happy now. You know what I'm saying? Got my stones out for a little meditation. Got the amethyst, blue apatite, rose quartz, citrine, celestite, which was an expensive, rare kind of rock, high frequency, unikite, which I noticed it does hold like a nice electrical charge out of most of my stones and crystals. It's unikite, which is for the third eye, higher heart. It's fluorite. Kind of has a little sacred geometry shape, which this shape is the shape for wind. And it does feel like kind of adds up, kind of makes sense. Here we got the Dambarite, very high frequency, angelic crystal. You have chevron amethyst, whereas amethyst on one side, and it's crystal quartz on the back side. Chevron amethyst. This is petalite, another high frequency stone like Dambarite. Matter of fact, this and Dambarite is one of the 12 synergy stones. High frequencies. This is Tibetan quartz. This is regular crystal quartz. It actually was bigger and I kind of made it smaller. Just finished meditating. Always it's nice to get your 10-minute meditation session. Oh yeah, and the hematite. I kind of don't rock this one as much because it keeps me too grounded. Like it brings out my ego too much. And I'm getting past my ego. I'm growing past my ego. So I kind of don't carry it as much. Only when I'm carrying, like, because that's the thing. You want to be grounded if you have a lot of crystals like Dambarite, a petalite, because they'll have you in the angelic mode. They'll have your head above the clouds, so to speak. Like you're too spiritual. That makes sense. Where you're vulnerable, like where you don't, how can I say, you're too spiritual to where you're vulnerable in reality. Kind of like if somebody was to walk around thinking they could give everybody hugs. But in reality, you could go and try to spread love in that sense. But in reality, you can't go around giving everybody hugs because everybody don't want a hug, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep yourself grounded with your spirituality. Here's another book y'all should add to y'all collection. Autobiography of a Yogi. I was told that this book was given to all the people at Steve Jobs' funeral, kind of like as a parting gift. And he gave it to everyone saying it's a life-changing book. I'm on page 15 and I'm already sucked in. And it's a thick book. It's at least like 400 pages. Good book though. Let me see if I can say the name. Paramahansa Yogananda. It's about his life. And it's about like him knowing that there's past lives, like different things he's realized, and it starts off when he's a kid, and it's just real spiritual. It'll teach you some things about being one with the universe and about the different lessons to become an ascended master, to ascend. Some divine rules and divine emotions that you have to follow You know what I'm saying? To get to the ascended master. Kind of like how Jesus was. You know, like Jesus Christ went through a certain little process to get where he was. You know, that's why they have like the part in the Bible where he left for so long, which I think he went to Tibet and went learn about like the ways of the monks and learn about chakras and love frequencies and stuff like that. Which they're not gonna put that in the Bible, but I do feel it's true. And also another book, which is a must read, The Alchemist. Man, I'm probably gonna let my little nephew read this, but man, this book is good. This is the first book that I ever read, word for word, without daydreaming, front to back. First book ever, The Alchemist. And it has so many life lessons and jewels in it, like lessons about knowing that you're one with God. Is about a kid on a journey, realizing his personal legend, which we all have a personal legend, which is following our hearts and being what we want to be, like what we love in our hearts, not what somebody else wants you to be, you know. It's being what you want to be. And this one, I never read it yet. Cheap book, caught it on sale by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. I saw it as a suggested book, like as far as like on the laws of attraction and, you know, esoteric stuff, which is funny, even though it's talking about thinking and growing rich, it has an esoteric vibe to it because it kind of goes within the laws of attraction, telling you how to attain stuff through your mind and how words and all that manifest to get you what you want. Matter of fact, like with the law of attraction, like I learned something yesterday, like I want to say it's about being on the same vibrational frequency as the thing you desire. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you desire something, you have to be on that same frequency with it, or else you won't attract it. Like, you gotta remember that there are no neutral thoughts or words, so everything you say and think creates your future. That's why conscious people don't talk a lot, or they're careful with choosing the words they, you know, when they're speaking, because you talk stuff into existence. Like, so you have to watch how you talk. And therefore, think about what you desire and not about what you fear. That's a good one. Think about what you desire and not about what you fear. Because if you think about what you fear, guess what? The laws of attraction work with that too, and it's gonna bring in what's on your mind, what you're fearing. That's why I tell people about carrying guns and worrying about getting shot. You worry about holding a gun too much and worrying about getting shot, that's gonna bring that lifestyle to you. The law of attraction brings to you what you fear or what you desire. Whatever's on your mind, actually. Like, whatever's on your mind, that's why it's good to meditate and clear your mind. Because you're having all these bad thoughts that's popping into your head, and that's kind of like helping manifest that. Like if you thinking the police gonna stop you and shoot you one day or something like that, and that thought's constantly in your brain, the probability of you getting stopped by the police and getting shot is very high because you're constantly thinking about it and putting it into existence. Like, you have to be positive. Like, whatever you think manifests. And the stronger you get with this, once you get to like a 5th dimensional and 6th dimensional being where you're one with the earth and the universe, and know that you are a God walking in the likeness of the supreme source or the supreme architect. Like, once you know that, the law of attraction comes easy. It's just like poof. It's almost like you become a genie. But that's things to remember with the law of attraction. Other things, by the powerful universal law of attraction, you draw to you the essence of whatever you're predominantly thinking of, like I just said. So if you are predominantly thinking about the things that you desire, your life experience reflects those things. And in the same way, if you're predominantly thinking about what you do not want, your life experiences reflects those things. So even if you're thinking about stuff you don't want, it's gonna manifest because you're thinking about it. That's why I always tell people it's important to get in the meditation mode, like early in the game, like stop your brain from having them pop up thoughts, clear your mind. Like the more you meditate, the more you control your thinking. Like now I never really have pop up thoughts. The only time I have pop up thoughts, to keep it real, is when I smoke the herb, because herb, it opens up your left side of the brain, which is logic, and that's kind of like what your ego is heavily tied to, because we come from a logic society. We're moving towards more of a right brain, creative way of thinking. But like when you smoke, it kind of puts me in the left brain side. So I do have pop-up thoughts every now and then, which I could kind of control them and put a lid on them, but they'll do kind of pop up out of nowhere on me. So I have to watch that, because that manifests like into your destiny, into what's happening in your reality. Let's see, there's another lesson. The thoughts you think equal your points of attraction. You get what you think about, whether you want it or not. So, another lesson. Your thoughts equal vibration. And that vibration is then answered by the law of attraction. So whatever you're thinking of, the law of attraction will grant it. Another thing about why we don't, like, everybody wonder, well, why angels just don't come down and teach us how to do this and how to do that. We have to ask for it. This is a free will universe, and therefore you have the free will to do what you want. And the angels will be going against the laws of the universe. The angels will be going against the laws of the universe if they forced us to like be divine and just forced us to know the way of getting the one consciousness again. That's against the laws of the universe. So they have to let us find our own way. And then once we find our way, then we have the free will to ask them, for the help to get that oneness with the universe, to get to that fifth, sixth, seventh dimensions, you know what I'm saying? Which I think on the earthly plane, the only one, the most we're capable of reaching is the ninth dimension in this realm, you know what I'm saying? Maybe in the next realm we could reach the 10th, 11th, 12th, the other dimensions, but just stay conscious of those type of things. Like, as your vibration expands and becomes more powerful, it eventually becomes powerful enough for manifestation to occur. So the more powerful your vibration is, the more it expands, the more powerful it becomes, the easier it is for you to manifest your thoughts. Like to turn your thoughts into reality, your dreams and desires into reality. In other words, what you think and therefore feel and what manifests in your experiences is always a vibrational match. So your desires and your vibration, it all matches. Then it creates your desires. It turns what you desire into reality. It manifests it. All good points to remember if you're trying to start your own company, get out of a bad situation. Really just do what your heart, find your personal legend and do what you were put here to do, like what your soul heart desires to be. Like how we used to be kids. I want to be this when I grow up. I want to be that. Like, that's basically getting back to that, doing what you really, really want to do, and not what your parents think is a good idea, or not what your cousin think will get you a lot of money, or whatever is what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel so better about life, because I start worrying about what other people think of me and get what I want out of life. You know what I'm saying? No matter how silly or like people hating, like, oh, you can't do that, which I block out negative energy unconsciously. Like, it don't even get past the front door. Like, no negative energy inside, And just the last lesson, whatever you are giving your attention to causes you to emit a vibration. And the vibrations that you offer equal your asking, which equals your point of attraction. So vibrationally thinking about it is like vibrationally asking for it. The universe feels this, and the universe is always conspiring to give us what we want. So when it hears your desires in your brain and it vibrates, it brings it into reality and manifests it. But just a few lessons, Get your meditation up. Don't be scared to work with the stones. Just beautiful. Nature, natural beauty. As again, Wednesday, y'all have a great now. Stay in the now. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about the future. Just live life right now. Most of the things that bother us come from thinking about the past and the future. So it's always good to stay in the now. As a matter of fact, staying in the now is how we manifest our desires. Meditate and keeping a clear brain. Remember those things. Also, putting a little marketing in there. I'm actually making my necklaces and bracelets. Bracelets probably start off at $5 depending on the stones. Haven't set a price for the necklaces because the sizes and stones may vary. But I'm about to start spreading this love, this oneness. It's time for everybody to connect back with the universe. That's what this last paradigm switch in 2012 was about. It's about the consciousness of the earth, bringing it back to the oneness, like getting everybody to the Christ-like consciousness. That's why if you notice, you feel more loving and caring, even if you never was that type of person, at one point in time. It's because of the consciousness of the earth. It's sending that vibration out to make everyone love and care and remember that we all are gods. We all can create our future. We all co-create our universe. Excuse me, not future, but our now, our present. Like we all co-create to create the universe we want to live in. Like how I say, like, if you carry a gun and worry about getting shot, the universe you live in is going to be the type where you have to worry about that because you're bringing that fear into your world. That's why I say, if you don't have a pistol, carry a crystal. Matter of fact, carry a crystal and put away your pistol. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to go when you're going to go. People be trying to preserve themselves with a gun. That's another thing. By carrying a gun and feeling like a gun could save you, that's almost like worshiping a gun. It's almost like the gun is God, and like instead of the Lord the supreme architect, instead of the universe saving you, feel like that gun is going to save you. And you putting your faith in the gun. And that's just see where that gets you, you know what I'm saying? Because you could have a gun, get in a shootout and shoot down everybody. But then that bad karma come back for you and get in a bad car wreck and die. Or you die at your job from doing heavy lifting or something. You could choke on a cookie and die. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you can't control stuff like with guns and stuff like that. Yeah, it's there to make people feel good, but only because you're still dwelling in your root chakra and that fear state. That fear state is what America is driven on. Like, that's why the whole country is messing with other countries and doing all this other stuff for money, because it's a country ran on fear. That's why they telling you stack up on guns and all that. Like, but I mean, to each his own. I would rather y'all not worry about guns like that, but I feel you. If you ain't in this state of mind, that's another thing. I respect it because you're gonna fear fear of getting shot and all that if you're not in this state of mind like what I'm in. Like, I'm so one with the universe, I feel like I can stop a bullet. And honestly, the way I am and the way I carry myself, I'd never be in the environment to be around that type of stuff. And even if I am, I'm protected by the universe because I know. We're back again to saying, let y'all go. Stay in the now. You know what I'm saying? Love unconditionally. It's alright to dislike people or dislike the way people act, I should say. Dislike certain aspects about a person. But love everything and everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bible's trying to tell us, like, walk in the likeness of Jesus Christ. Yeah, it has other stories in it, but you're supposed to get out of it. Use your heart and love unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? Love. Happy now. Y'all have a blessed